How are we looking? Up, 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 up. Are we live? Is it good yet? Huh? Those are my demon cries. I'm transforming. Give me 2 seconds here, guys. I see all the comments. And hello! Just setting up my phone here so I can time the stream. Bloop. Oh, don't worry, I'll do the intro. Jub, I see you over there. Hey! Hey! Cut it out! No! She's going a bit too crazy. I gotta say, man, I really love, like, that, I don't know if I'd call it, like, protein powder. Whatever it is that you end up putting in the water, like, it really... I know it looks like pee, but it's so good. Like, it makes the water taste a little bit better, and then on top of that has caffeine in it, which I need to live. Hello, Reapers! My name is Seth, and we are back again for some more TROVE on the test server. Got some big changes for this guy. Appear offline? I don't think so. He's actually been almost completely fixed outside of a couple game-breaking bugs, and these are bugs. These are not things that are intended for the character. It's just that they need to change it. Sure. Ultra Towers is a perfect example. We're gonna get to see it right here, right now. Oh my gosh, this ground is all broken. Hello, everybody. I'm the Vanguard. Strongest one in the entire game. Kind of, anyways. Not really the strongest. These guys don't even realize that we're live right now. So surprise on them. I'm second to Merc, because he's a cheater. He's a dirty cheat. How's everything all looking in the, like on the stream, by the way, guys? Like, is the YouTube chat better? I ended up kind of scaling the sizes of it and stuff like that. Made it a little bit better. Why Feed Me is really freaking out. Hello. Oh no, it's a purple name. Most of them don't like me because I call them out for being cheaters. There's a lot of really good purple names, don't get me wrong. But, yeah. So, let's talk about things. Vanguard has seen a vast improvement. Despite the fact that the Vanguard's seen an improvement, I'm gonna solo this idiot right here. This stupid boss is going down, so help me. You guys go ahead. You don't have to, like, fight the dread. I got it. Don't worry. I'm the Draco. Like, he's done. Now you all get to see the power of the Draco before we end up talking about the Vanguard fixes. But seriously, this character is a force to be reckoned with. Like, I can't even believe all of the things that have been happening with this character. I gotta try and record an updated, like, class video on this guy. Today, I completely forgot. Will the class coin work for the Vanguard? Nope. Unfortunately, we can confirm that's not gonna work. It's cheap, I know, but they want your money. Is he streaming? No. Yeah, I'm streaming. I think he was talking about something else. Whoops, that kinda hurt. Only a little bit, though. If these guys were going for time like that, then you shouldn't have invited me, frankly speaking. Like, and at the same time, I'm in more on the test server, so honestly, who cares? Yeah. Was that my baby that died or somebody else? Most of all, I just want to see, can we actually, like, just casually with this random group as the Draco, we can survive this. Man alive. But yeah, Vanguard's gotten some major fixes. Oh, hey, Spocky. Most of all, they finally got rid of his knockback, dude. Like, we're gonna talk about all that stuff and kind of show him off in Ultra Towers, because I'm very happy to report that the Vanguard is going to be completely viable. He's gonna be viable for U9, he already kind of was, but now he's gonna actually work in Ultra Towers as well. So you can 100% main the Vanguard. How to dupe Flux? I mean, on the test server, all you gotta do is just put Flux in a chest. like a club chest, and then just re-export your account. Because then you're gonna end up resetting all the flux from the live server that you ended up having or something. I don't know. I mean, it's a test server, so who cares? It's a real bottom line. And if I exported my account, I would lose all my progress that I have on the Vanguard being like maxed out and everything, right? Also, I saw somebody else mention, oh, whoopsie daisy. I was about to run and then I realized I have unyielding. Isn't that cool? Unyielding actually works for this idiot's nuke. Crazy that we didn't even think about that. I mean, I'm sure people were probably screaming at me a long time ago for that. But Stratos just tested it out the other day and it was like, oh! You can also dodge his nuke with a roll, of course, but why would you want to do that? Gulp. You want to just drink that potion and be fully defended. Where's the new Dragons video? That one's coming, dude. That one's coming. I know. Man alive, this guy really likes using his nukes, doesn't he? Is this gonna be timed properly? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what you get. What happened to all my pots? Oh, his stupid invisible fire. That's what's going on. So powerful, man. I love the Draco. He's so fun. I mean, granted, we could use the Vanguard in here for sure. But we're talking about this idiot. Like, stupid moron Dread. Good luck fighting him with the Vanguard. I want to go back to the Vanguard and show you guys all... Oops. Well, anyways, they should be able to do this themselves, right? You didn't see that. It's that dumb invisible fire, man. Dev's gotta fix that. What's your stats on Draco? They're okay, but they're not even perfect. That's the thing. So, let's talk about the quick fixes to this guy. First of all, his knockback is... Oh, great. Let's go to melee mode. His knockback's gone. Finally, they actually listened to us. And they got rid of his stupid knockback. So that single-handedly makes this character very, very viable in Shadow Towers in his melee mode. They also changed it so your number 1 in melee mode gives you 25% damage reduction. Which is pretty cool that they actually have been tweaking the character to this much of a degree. You know? Because that means that this character now actually is a little bit more defensive. How did you not die from the nuke? Unyielding, my good man. The unyielding emblem protects us from everything. Oh gosh. Hello. He's a weak one. All right, let's try Ultra Dot, just so I can show you guys. Like, we talked about, what? The volume, come on. What volume? Is Trove too loud? Is that what's going on? Is that what you're talking about? Anyways, this guy, like, those of you that didn't check it out, my other video that was talking about, like, this guy and showing him off in Ultra Towers and stuff like that, you already know how much of a joke he was. For those of you that don't know, his uppercut would actually knock enemies back, and it made the character unplayable in Shadow Towers. Like, seriously, you weren't able to do anything. So, I'm gonna try my best right here. I do have energy regen on my weapon and on my ring, because as of right now, we've got what we assume is a bug, where you can actually, like, spam your right click, like, as fast as you can tap, which causes quite a bit of damage, but also glitches out the character a lot. It's got that same dumb Dino Tamer bug. You guys are saying I'm quiet. Interesting. But we got a Dino Tamer bug going on where he gets stuck with, like, in his attack animation, like he gets stuck and you can't actually attack. Am I really quiet? Joe, you let me know. The music gets too loud when the boss music comes. It drowns out your voice. Ah, okay, thanks, Joe. Yeah, I thought that's what was going on. Let me lower the game volume here. Actually, you know what? So I don't have to adjust it. Let me just lower the gain on the game here. Nope. Okay, let me know what you guys think about that. Is that better? Hopefully. But anyways, now the way that we actually play this character is we're pretty much spamming our abilities on cooldown like it's insane. So let's try it out and see what happens. Because this is Ultra Towers. Remember that, folks. And we're actually, like, you can already see, we're doing pretty decent damage. I mean, granted, we just swapped to ranged mode, so of course we're gonna suck. But the big bug that's going on right now is that the cooldown is not reduced on your number 1 ability, when you're using, like, your class gem ability is not affecting your number one's cooldown. But look at this. Isn't this great? Like, for a melee character to be able to solo ultra dot, like, the enemies alone, this is crazy. Now, he's not gonna give a run for his, like, the gunslinger a run for his money, or even be stronger than the Draco by any means. But the fact of the matter is that he is definitely viable, and that's the important thing. It would be nice if we kept that constant stream of being able to right-click, but at the same time, if we don't actually have that when it comes to the live server, I will not be surprised. Get back over here! Oh man, what is going on? Oh, the server lagged out, didn't it? Whoa! What happened there? Jeez Louise, was that the last enemy? Where's the last enemy? Get over here, you jerk! Now, granted, we're losing lots of pots here really, really fast. But a lot of that has to do with the fact that we just lagged out like a crazy person. I'm also not trying to survive particularly well. Like, what I should be doing is actually, like, dodging. And both of these guys have thorns, which is an absolutely terrible example of this character here, because not only do they have thorns, but they have their ranged minions as well. So I honestly don't think we're going to be able to do this one. But, I mean, the prime example is just the fact that this is one of the most survivor-heavy melee characters in the game. Double sound, now someone says. What? Alright, let me hear this. 2 seconds. Ranged minions as well, so I honestly don't think we're going to be able to do this one. But I mean, the prime example is just the fact that this is one of the most survivor-heavy melee characters in the game. What sound is being doubled? What are you guys talking about? That's interesting. I don't know why it would be doing that. Okay, let me double check one last thing here. It might be my recording devices that are messing up. No, those seem to all be good. I don't know why I keep running into this stupid, like, what is going on with this dumb, like, stream software? I haven't touched it since last time. Like, at all, guys. That's the thing. I have not even touched this. The game itself is what's going on, huh? You guys are saying that's what's actually doubling. Why would that be doubling, though? Mic is a separate track. Game is a separate track. Discord, meme. Okay. And then the 5th track is pretty much everything. So I think what's going on is... Give me 2 seconds here. I think it might be the filter that I just put on the game to make it, like, quieter. For some reason, it's actually just, like, duplicating it. So I'm just gonna turn that down. I think a lot of you guys are just losing your minds, honestly speaking. Whoopsie daisy. Oh yeah, we got Generation of Thorns. Okay, we're gonna die here, but I just wanted to show you an example. Like, this character definitely works in Shadow Towers. Okay? So that's the cool thing. That said, I mean, you saw how we did there. Let's do a quick comparison. I just want to get through this wave here so that we can actually test the Vanguard at a later stage. So let's just use our Draco real quick to mop the floor with these guys. Also, unfortunately, you know how the Draco can actually melt ice? It doesn't work in Shadow Towers because obviously you don't have build permission in this area, which kind of sucks. Are there new costumes? Yes, there are, my dude, but I'm not going to be able to show most of them off. I do have a video that's going to be talking about the level 30 costumes, but the Vanguard costumes we can't get because you can't actually buy anything on the test server. So, how's the new class? He's actually a lot better, Brandon. Like, he started out really, really bad. Not that the numbers were bad on him, but the devs had knockback, despite the fact that they just kept saying, there's no knockback, there's no knockback. And it kind of became like a little bit of a meme behind the scenes of us like saying, there's no knockback in the game. Why would you think that there's knockback? So, sorry about making fun of that one, devs. But either way, like, it's like, he obviously had knockback day one. So now, thankfully, they've gotten rid of all the stupid knockback. His range is better. It's not ideal. Honestly, I would like if they ended up changing the damage a little bit on it. But that's just me. It's completely viable. As you see, though, with the Draco, we just mopped the floor. Like, the Vanguard doesn't stand a chance. And unfortunately, one thing that actually is still hindering the class is when you come out or go into ranged mode, like when you swap out of melee mode and go into ranged mode, that actually still has a lot of knockback. And in most cases, like in this arena specifically, we've actually had it where we've knocked the boss off of the arena. And it was kind of funny because then what I ended up doing was I went outside of the arena when the boss was like kind of stopped on the side, and I went into range mode and it knocked him up in the air and back into the arena. Like, it's kind of dumb that you got to do that, but the fact of the matter is that his melee attack does not have the knockback anymore, so obviously he's just that much better. And range mode is going to end up giving you a lot of survivability, but as you saw right there, that was the knockback. If we were close to the edge, it would be a problem, you know? And generally speaking, he's not going to have that much survivability if we don't have like a friend keeping our back safe, you know? But as of right now with energy regen gear, pretty much every uppercut we're going to be able to do a right click. And I mean, that's the whole thing, is it's like this may not be nearly as impressive as like the, what is it, like it's not going to be nearly as impressive as the Gunslinger or the Draco by any means. Like, this is not like top tier class in Trove. It is as far as U9 is concerned. He's the second fastest farmer in the game, but he's a lot funner. But the whole point is that he's a viable melee character. You know, that's the real bottom line, is we can actually use this guy in Shadow Towers. And this is me just soloing Ultra Dot, guys. Like, you gotta keep that in mind. This is me soloing Ultra Dot. If we had like another Vanguard, you can actually get through the entirety of it all. Oh my gosh, we might actually end up just dead here. So let me just, there we go. Ranged mode saved my butt. Just barely. But yeah, what's my favorite class? Vanguard, dude. He's like so fun. Fix the sound, please. Now some other freak is saying that he's got the sound issue. Sound is being doubled. You can hear it. It's mainly noticeable in the music, like in the game? Why is the game doing that? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let me see here. I think I have a suspicion of what it could be. Oh, but I can't change that while we're streaming, unfortunately. Ooh. The audio is the mic, the game, Discord. Everything's doing fine here, guys. Like, I'm not exactly sure what that's about. You guys hearing the double sounds on Trove. I wish I wouldn't keep running into these random issues, because seriously, it's really, really frustrating when there's like nothing. I didn't change anything. Nothing has changed at all. But for some reason, you guys are getting double audio. I can't really tell what's doing it, honestly speaking, because everything seems to be okay on my end. Like, that's the thing. I can't really, what can I say? I can't really tell. The game itself is supposed to just be coming out of 2? Maybe it's because it's coming out of 5. Here, let me try this, okay? No, that's for streaming, so that shouldn't make a difference. Dang it, man. I don't know. I mean, I could be at this like all day, guys. That's the problem. Sound is supposed to all just be... okay. Let me try one thing right here. What if... This might end up making everything mute. But hopefully, let's see. Let me know. Hopefully everything still sounds good. But that might have fixed the sound. Apparently you guys are saying, like, the sound issues aren't with my mic or anything. Apparently people are saying it's the game sound doubling. Yeah, maybe it's the device they're watching with, but the fact that Joe is telling me he's getting it too, that's mostly why I'm, like, concerned about it. So, did that fix it? Nothing's wrong, is it what everyone's saying? Okay, I'm just not gonna touch it anymore, though, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm not gonna sit there tweaking settings. Now it's fixed. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. I think I know what was doing it. Okay, so that means that this entire time the game audio was actually doubling, but I guess it was so subtle that nobody ended up noticing it until this stream. Interesting. Weird that it did that. Like, really, really weird. But glad that we fixed it. You know, there's been lots and lots of testing and stuff like that now that I've swapped over to OBS instead of using Shadowplay. I've always used OBS for streaming, but I use it for recording now too. And it just, yeah, it's a great program. It really is, but it definitely has a learning curve, man. Sites, please show us the level 30 Shadowhunter costume. Don't worry, dude. Don't worry. I got you covered, man. I got you covered. Ah!
How to get away with murder.
I got it. Don't worry. I got a level 30 costume video coming out. Tomorrow's gonna be the video that's gonna talk about how you actually craft the Vanguard. And then I'll probably end up having a video showing off those new dragons, and then maybe the level 30 costumes. Like, I got all of that stuff is already all stocked up, guys. So don't you worry. It's gonna show up on the channel. Just make sure you hit that notification bell. You know, just give a little tap on that thing so that you end up actually seeing when those videos come out, okay? Sorry that we're not gonna show it off in this stream, but I did show it off in the other streams, and I'll be here all day if I just keep on, you know, show all the costumes, then somebody comes in like 10 minutes later and they're like, I didn't see the costumes though. Yeah, for the people that are wondering, like Joe said, live streams are always delayed, dude. Like on Twitch, we've actually got maybe 10 to 20 seconds between what I'm doing and what's actually showing up for you guys on the stream. YouTube actually has really, really slow encoding time. I could try and boost up the speed so that you guys would end up seeing what I'm doing a lot like quicker and easier. But unfortunately, it would have a big trade-off in that the you guys would it would require you guys to have like a much better internet connection in order to like even watch the stream, right? Which that's no good. We are out of potions. This guy doesn't want to die. There we go. Woohoo! This is us doing Ultra Dot. I can't even believe it. The new class is not in the Chaos Crafter. He's in a new crafting table. That's right. He's actually the first expert class of the game. Speaking of, Sonic Squid is actually asking, due to the development of the sub biome and the neon biome, what are your thoughts on having a Dragonfire Peaks rework where the rampage bosses or alert bosses would actually be giant dragons and end up actually dropping fragments and dragon caches? I don't see that happening. Honestly speaking, I think as they add more sub biomes to the game, we're just gonna see more rampage bosses and more variations in their looks. I think they're all going to end up being the same unless we end up seeing like the Dread and Spike Walker in the ice biome, because that's the next one that they're supposed to be working on as a sub biome. Wait, PTS is back. It's open till Friday, dude, so act now. Bro, we are dead. We are need you. What? What's this guy talking about? It's that guy who invited us into towers earlier. Maybe, did they like actually die right at the end of Dread? I don't think so. They would have got it. Look at this. See, man, this guy, like, he's so much more powerful and viable now. I love it. When we're fighting just normal enemies and not dealing with ranged, he actually really shines well. Yeah, that's why I was saying, Nokia, the next sub-biome they're working on is permafrost. That said, we might see U10 before we see the next sub-biome. Because they have said that the next big update, like the summer update, is going to end up adding a new world to the game, new generation, blah, 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 blah. And they hint at the Trovian Atlas. And if you checked out my patch video that I just put up today, even if you don't want to watch through the whole thing, guys, skip to the end of it because it shows what's in the Trovian Atlas. And there's a cube floating at the area where we think U10 is going to end up being. Scythe, you don't have the subclass equipped on the Vanguard. Yes, I actually do. It's a visual bug that they've got going on. There's lots of really big, weird bugs that they got going on. Like you can see, look, my ultimate ability is mounted cavalry. But yeah, it's, yeah. When's the update coming out? Sorry, I missed some videos. It's showing at the bottom of the screen. It's coming out in March. That's why I have all that stuff going on the bottom. Is Knockback gone? Yep, it's gone. So this character is single-handedly viable. I haven't, just as a heads up, guys, I haven't done like an updated video about like the Vanguard fixes and stuff like that. I probably will do one tomorrow after, or maybe later today. It depends. But I haven't actually made an updated video talking about the fixes to the class because of the fact that they've been actually changing him so much, you know? Okay, I gotta go to ranged mode here because otherwise we're just gonna die. And he's got the dumb Gravitron, which is like the worst thing that you could ever end up dealing with as the gunslinger, but as the Vanguard, we got crazy movement speed, so we're gonna be doing just fine dabbing away from this monster. Like, seriously, look at this. He's such a good kiting character, dude. Oh, gosh, dumb little babies. Dumb little babies? Get out of here, you weird, weak babies. Fine. How do I get fast flux and PR and PTS? I don't know. You don't. You just have it on the live server and then transfer your account. That's how you do it instantly. Only problem is that when it comes to the new fist weapons, it's going to be pricey. Yes, it most definitely is. Take advantage of that while you can, guys. Because when this goes onto the live server, it's going to be really cool that we're going to have a new stellar weapon. And it's going to end up being quite pricey. That's for sure. Die, stupid. Let me dab out of here again. Like, geez Louise. This guy! Like, at least range mode, you can use it viably to save your butt, which is nice. Because of the fact that this character has such crazy movement speed. Oh, no, you don't. You ain't getting me. Ah! I didn't know he could pull me. He was teleporting to me the entire time. Woo! Look at all those video effects. Way too many. The dab better not be permanent. Too bad it is. I love it. It's so hilarious. It's 2 years too late, but it's hilarious. How long did you grind for the Phoenix mount, says Shadowbird? That took me 15 to 20 hours. It's solid grinding, dude. Like, it's... I don't know. It's pretty bad. It's better than grinding dragons, though, honestly. Speaking of which, I wonder, I didn't even think about that. Is Dragon Day going to affect Fiery Feathers? I don't think so, because those don't count as fragments, but still. Do you think there will be more classes coming to the game that will use the fist weapon? Most definitely. I fully expect that the next class, in fact, will probably end up using fists as well. Just because that's how Trove works. He meant plasminium. About what? What about plasmum? You need lots of plasmum. Yeah, I say plasminium. I know that everyone gets triggered that I don't call it plasmium, but I don't really read things because reading's for dummies. So I just call it plasminium, but I'm gonna call it plasmum now just to trigger people. I like those emotes. No, keep them coming on the Twitch. Now, here's the thing. I don't think we're going to be able to actually handle the boss. Like, I would argue that the Vanguard is not very viable for Titan bosses themselves. Like, he's really, really good for just farming and stuff. But, like, farming U9, obviously handling Shadow Towers. Like, look at this. Guys, we did it. Like, let's not undercut the class here. We just soloed. Granted, we did, like, the first wave as Draco because of that stupid thorns that those enemies did. But seriously, dude, we soloed up to Ultra Dot on a melee character. You can't do that with any other melee character. I just want to emphasize that, okay? Because that's crazy. Like, all they did was remove his knockback. They changed a couple things about his damage and stuff like that for sure. But we did it. Like, that's the cool thing. As for beating her, I'll try. I don't think we're going to be able to. Honestly speaking, the Vanguard is actually really, really good for Dot's final phase. Because, of course, any character works for her final phase because she just kind of stands there and uses a Hadouken to her left all the time, and the chakra is the only thing that causes damage. I actually ended up getting footage earlier of me soloing her in her final phase. As for soloing her other phases right now, we can do it, but it's gonna kind of suck because we're gonna have to stay ranged in order to have enough survivability to actually take her down. I thought I was in melee mode, that's why I ended up switching there, so let me actually swap back to ranged mode in 2 seconds. What's your favorite subclass? Lunar Lancer's the best one. That's why I use it. It's not necessarily, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but that one and the Knight one is actually my favorite. I love the mount movement speed, but on top of that, I've actually been using the mounted cavalry to insane effect because it gives you extra flask capacity. Do not underappreciate that extra flask capacity, guys, because top that with using the unyielding vial, or emblem, I mean, and it really, like, that's why we're surviving so long, is single-handedly because we're not only using Death-defying, but we're using Unyielding. So every time we get hit, we have a brief invulnerability so that we don't just go through our flask like in 2 seconds. So, what resources you need to craft the Vanguard? Don't ask me, because it's so expensive. You need, like, what is it? 50,000 plasmium or something? It's crazy. Scythe, did you lose a lot of subs? Did I? I don't think so. Unless YouTube ended up deleting a bunch of, like, their recent, like, inactive subs or something. Let's see. We still at 150K? I don't know. No, we're still at one. No, we actually got more subs. What are you talking about? You're crazy. You guys are just trolling me. Stop it. Okay, let's just do this. Ranged mode. And here we go. Dot going down. It's gonna take a long time, but we're doing it. So help me, I wanted to show you guys the fact that it is possible. Granted, when she goes to range mode, that's going to end up being an issue. But here is why this character arguably is the best melee character. Because we've got that insane movement speed while shooting in ranged mode, meaning that we have more survivability than the gunslinger. Gunslinger can juggle himself. That's where his survivability comes in. But this guy, we can usually just outrun most of the enemies in the game. Like, it's so spectacular. I love the fact that this character is so powerful now. It's really, really great. I mean, granted, like, look at this. We're doing, like, 0.1% every second. Not the best damage, okay? Not really the best damage for a character. And as somebody else just said right there, I'm still gonna use Fake Trickster. Yeah, that's the whole thing, guys. Like, I don't mean to oversell. Oh gosh, the lag! The lag! We're gonna die! We're gonna die! What's going on? Stupid Trove! Stop crashing and being weird! I just gotta keep dancing. Her ghost is attacking us somewhere. Oh my gosh. I hope I don't, like, just come back and suddenly we're just dead. Aha! See, I knew she was chasing me. Idiot! Jeez Louise. How do you link your Trine and Twitch accounts? I have a video talking about that with the Twitch pack, dude. But, yup. Where was I? Oh, yeah, just talking about how good this character is. Granted, I shouldn't have actually taken damage there. Do you need help? No, I got this, brah. Somebody asking me in-game. I want to solo this. That's the whole point. Because I want to show you guys that it's completely possible. Anyways, as I was saying, don't get me wrong. I'm not just trying to oversell this character. I love this character. He's my favorite class in the entire game, okay? Like, I love his playstyle. It's so fun. Not to mention, I've always loved melee characters more than ranged. Granted, I love the Shadowhunter. Don't get me wrong. He's always going to be a favorite of mine. But I played him for such a long time, and most of all, I used him because ranged is just the way to go in this game. It gives you more survivability, and generally it's just a lot more damage, right? And I swapped over to the Neon Ninja after Shadowhunter because Neon Ninja just does better damage than the Shadowhunter. Excuse Jump. Normally I'd edit it out, but we're live streaming. Jump! Rude! But anyways, the point being, though, I swapped to the Neon Ninja because he was faster in U9, right? Perfect timing for Jub to do this because I'm busy with the boss, so I can't take her down and dominate her and tell her it's not okay. Stop it! Shush! Jump! But anyways, then I swapped over to the Gunslinger because he's just more viable for towers. And I still, on the live server, would actually use the Neon Ninja for grinding and stuff like that, right? She's barking at, like, nothing, by the way. There's nothing there. She's losing her mind. I think most of all, she's really tense right now, just because I haven't taken her for a walk in a while because it's snowing out and it's really, really cold. But I'm going to take her later today when I go with Mariko to the gym and stuff. So then she should calm down a bit and just be sleepy and relaxing. Look how long it takes for us to kill this guy, dude. This is... Get ready for it, everybody. This is gonna take us a very long time. But anyways, yeah, now I want to actually swap to this guy, because even though I've always loved the Candy Barb, he's actually been one of my favorite melee characters because he's just so powerful and fun. But I never used him because he wasn't very fast. He's not very viable. Now, this guy actually handles himself very, very well. He's going to end up being insane as far as, like, U9 towers are concerned. Like, he can actually... or U9, I just mean in general. He can actually handle it second to the Neon Ninja. Do I have enough jump to get up here? No, I don't. I gotta take her down. I know that's annoying, guys. I'm sorry about that. I gotta take her down, like, seriously. So we may end up dead here. We may end up dead. Let me just, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna glide to the other side. And give me a second here. Yeah. Come here, Jump. You're gonna sit right in here, and you're gonna be quiet. Look at that. Look at that expert skills. Oh yeah, didn't even take damage. Now she can look at the game and get angry at it, because she does. Right, Jump? You gotta stop being uggles, man, you crazy pup. Ranged mode. Dot does ranged mode as well. She's a Vanguard in disguise. But yeah, so we're second as far as farming speed in U9 to the Neon Ninja. Better than the Lunar Lancer. Funner than the Neon Ninja, though, because we can actually look where we're going. Instead of Neon Ninja, where you gotta go backwards like an idiot. And we can actually handle Ultra Towers. That said, I actually like using the Draco better in Ultra Towers. I think they're just funner overall. Can you make the new class a tank? No, not really. Honestly speaking, there's no real tanks in Trove, to say the least. So much skill. Yeah, I know, right? This character is, like, so complex. Using ranged attacks and just backpedaling like an idiot. This is why I love Trove, though, to be fair. Like, I know people like to criticize it a lot. I love the fact that this game is this simple. That's why I'm so into it, because it's, like, the most casual RPG MMO out there. This is gonna take a long time. Now, if you're wondering, oh, she's in range mode, why don't you go to melee? I'll show you in a second here. Oops. Most of all, it's got to do with she actually, in her ranged mode, does have a melee attack. So it can end up griefing us quite a bit. Like that right there. And that's gonna take a pot every single time she does it. Granted, I guess I could just do, you know, some melee right now, just because we are doing way, way more damage when we're in melee mode. Obviously, but I don't know. It's kind of gross. Ah! Stupid lady. Ow. All right, ranged mode it is. Boo. I mean, at least we can use it, right? I gotta get more in the habit of using my number one. Granted, that's the thing too, Reapers. We would be able to do this a lot faster if our class gem ability was actually working. Now excuse the snoring, because that's what Jub Jub does best. She doesn't have respiratory problems like people always say. She is just, she snores. That's what pugs do best. Casual? Yeah, right. Yeah. Trove is casual. It is. Like, seriously. Why can't you spam laser at her? I am spamming my right click. I just don't have enough energy. And I was spamming my laser too, just the visuals don't necessarily work because we kept cutting off our animation. But yeah, when I say casual MMO, I mean, it's got a bit of a learning curve because the game doesn't explain anything for sure. But seriously, we're not talking about, like, exactly, you don't have to figure out skill trees like Mindback is saying. You don't gotta figure out skill trees, skill combos. It's not World of Warcraft, man. Like, that's where a lot of the people that are at the end game, I think, have a problem with me, because I've made fun of people at the end game for like a million years. Like, I know I'm at the end game in this game. Like, I'm guilty of it too, actually, like being into this game and thinking that's like cool and like overly complicating things and doing class guides and stuff like that. But I've always had my videos for a casual audience because this game is for casual players. Now, granted, there is like the end game, you can get into speedrunning and stuff like that, and not to say that that's not complicated, but for the most part, all you really need is like a group of everybody using ideal stats on a class, and that's kind of all there is to it. So I always made fun of, since day one, people that are actually try hard about this game, because I always made fun of the fact that it's not World of Warcraft. Like, you're not Good. Mega Dragon Coin? Okay, BMX. On the test server of all things. Of course he went get on the live server. I didn't know boons could actually even give those. That's crazy. Granted, he's probably been like opening a million of them. I gotta be careful here. I don't want to go to her gun. What's the best class? The master of all classes? That depends. For U9, Neon Ninja is the fastest. This guy's the funnest and second fastest. And then as far as Shadow Towers, Gunslinger or Draco. That's pretty much all there is to it. Yeah, anyways, I don't mean to go on my rants like I do, but I mean, we're doing like one of the most boring things that you can do in the entire game right now. So what else am I going to talk about? I'm just going to keep doing, like, look at this skill. We're just going to keep dabbing over her face over and over again. And I got to keep remembering to use our number 1. If our class gem ability was working, we'd be able to cast our number 1 like over and over and do like way more damage, even in ranged mode here. Like, it'd be actually very, very good. Because that's the thing, too. Like, we're sitting here saying, oh, his damage isn't the best. But, I mean, the fact that his damage is not, like, his number 1 is not being affected by his class gem ability right now. It's a bug. They're going to end up changing that. I don't know if they're going to end up fixing the fact that we can spam our right click. I think that we should be able to spam our right click as soon as we have energy, honestly. But I do think that they need to make it less glitchy. That's what I'll say. Because it does end up working out pretty well. Just being able to spam your right click makes it so that your damage is almost the same as a lot of our classes. The game is just boring. Boring grind fest. I mean, what game isn't boring, dude? Especially a free-to-play, like, pay-to-win game. But say what you will. You might not love Trove. I love this game. I really do. And this is an amazing update, man. Like, I'm so excited about it. It's so cool. Hee. Look at this. It's taking us so long. Man alive, like I can't even believe how long this is taking. We're already at 40 minutes for this stream, and all we've done is a little bit of Shadow Towers here. Whoa! I should also just be using our number, like when we've got our number 1, I shouldn't be spamming right click. I gotta get out of the habit of doing that. Will you do a video about the Luminopolis crafting mounts? Craftable mounts. I'm gonna do a video of the crafting table itself. I'm not going to have any of the Luminopolis items on the test server though, unfortunately. So you're gonna have to wait until we go to the live server before you end up getting to see any of that stuff. I didn't even eat my own words, man. I gotta stop doing my right click when I have my number 1 active. Jeez Louise. Now that said, guys, I'm thinking that I might end up unboxing either 500 to 1,000 greater neon caches when it goes to the live server, which my bank is crying at me at that thought. Rude, Jub. That was Did you hear that? Like, it sounded like she farted, but that was her snorting. That was a big breath. Is the new character better than the Shadowhunter? What isn't better than the Shadowhunter, unfortunately? I love Shadowhunter, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't, like, his damage numbers just don't keep up with all the other characters, unfortunately. You can still use him in U9 just for farming and stuff, and he is still good in Ultra Towers as well. Like, that's the whole thing, guys. Play the character that you enjoy playing, and never mind anything about this update. Sure, the update changes Draco and Vanguard, so most of all, it's like anyone who mained Draco in the first place is just going to be ecstatic because now they're not wasting their time like they were previously. Oh, that's right. We can go into melee mode now. Because now the only thing that she can even hit us with is her chakra. Right? Because otherwise those things don't do anything, and when she throws down chakra and when she lasers, you just step to the left. Does Pyrodisc give bonus movement speed? Yeah. Yeah. I don't have Pyrodisc on the test server, but when we get to the live server, I'm going to have like a proper speed build for this character because you can actually make him really fast. And yes, as with any speed build, you're going to need to have a Pyrodisc for sure. Is the Vanguard coming to PS4? Yeah. Everything about the Trove Heroes update is coming out on Xbox and PS4 in March, okay? So don't sit there and be like, is this actually coming out on console? Like, yes, it is. You just don't have the test server on console. That's all. Get out of here, you dumb chakra thing. See, like, look at how much better we're doing damage-wise compared to what we were doing before. Whoa! I mean, granted, I guess I could be using my pots too. What? I wasn't even near that laser, but okay. How do you get 26k PR after the update? On the live server, I'm actually going to have more PR because I'm going to be able to get the costumes for the Vanguard and some of the stuff that's in the new crafting table. And because of it, I'm going to have more mastery. So I potentially am going to have more PR. The only reason that I'm under Merc on the test server for PR is because I don't have my dumb time-gated Divinity Dragon. If I had that, I would actually have 30 more power rank than I do right now, and I would actually be the strongest Vanguard in the game, which doesn't really count for PTS, but even on live server, what's actually holding me back from being the strongest in the game, power rank wise, is just that Divinity Dragon. Like, if I had that, I would be top leaderboard for Gunslinger. This guy is fast, but can he run Crisis? I don't... what? You mean the game Crisis? I don't know what you're talking about. What is the new max PR on PTS? I mean, this is the highest we've got. I think that this is going to end up being the highest just because we don't have any of the new items. Like, if we had the Luminopolis table items, honestly speaking, I think we could get our power rank to 26, 100 at least. Not exactly sure. Whoops. I didn't dab quick enough. Whoa! Why did my camera just explode there? I'm not going to use any of my flasks, like, for actual grind, like, to get our damage up. Because we gotta stay in super secret ninja focus mode here. Get out of the way, dumb item. You can actually farm stellars off of her chakras. It's ridiculous. It doesn't work well, of course. But yeah, power ranks from the dragons. That's the big thing. That's the big reason why, like, even on the test server, I have more power rank than everybody. Like, again, on the live server, I would have max power rank, or top power rank, outside of the fact that, you know, I'm missing that Divinity Dragon. But on the test server, it's most of all because I have those new dragons, and not many people have them. Otherwise, my PR wasn't as high as some people on the test server that had those dragons. And there are people on this server that do actually have some of the neon, the new mounts and stuff like that. But I'm surprised you're soloing Daughter of the Moon Ultra. Really? You can solo this boss with, like, any character, honestly, dude. It's just the speed at which you do it is going to vary. Because otherwise, like, legit, what we ended up doing for the strategy of just, like, staying ranged and just backpedaling, it works for any character. For Gunslinger, of course, you're a lot slower, so all you do is just juggle yourself up in the air like a freak. But it definitely does work. Look at all this. These stupid chakras. Get out of my face. Ah! Stop that, crazy lady. Finally got her down to 14%. Blah. So slow. Like, if I was a Draco, she'd be dying so much faster. Draco's actually really difficult to solo her because of the fact that he doesn't have that much range. There we go again, taking damage, even though I wasn't even in the laser, but whatever. What day is the update hitting? March 20th or the 27th? One or the other. We're not exactly sure. Okay, we took damage from that laser again, so I really gotta overcompensate my dodge here. Like, seriously. Scythe has also said this game is fun, not just boring. What? I mean, there's aspects of the game that are definitely grindy and people would find it boring. But for some weird reason, I just find it fun. Like, I know I'm a freak. I guess all of you guys are freaks, because seriously, we find this game so fun when all it is a grind fest. But I love it, man, like, seriously. And this new update, so cool. We're gonna have so much to grind. I'm gonna be really, really busy. Let's just overcompensate that. 7%, we're almost there. Almost. Ah. Stupid Daughter of the Moon, man. Like, look how long we've taken just doing this alone. Man alive. Hey! Stop that. Stop doing your dumb chakras there, you crazy lady. Get out, you dumb... I gotta get rid of some of these just so that we can actually, like, stay alive. 5%. Hee. The fact that he's actually able to do this, though, yeah, it's still impressive. Like, you can't... I don't know if you could do this on a barb with a DPS build, honestly. Like, it kind of makes me want the other classes in the game to actually get a rework. Just because most of them don't really keep up with these endgame characters anymore. Which they're going to be working them out, like, over time. Is he better in ranged or melee? Melee by a landslide. Like, you do so much more damage in melee mode. The ranged, you just use for the survivability. Like, when we were going through the earlier phases with Dot, we needed to have that survivability by just dodging her attacks and stuff like that. All right, you're going down, lady. See, look at that. When we actually pop a flask, we do really good burst damage. But, yeah. What? How much HP do you recommend? None. You gotta have the, like, the lowest HP that you can have. I have 2 costumes and some of the mounts from the lesser neon caches that I can show you if you want. What? You can get mounts out of them? What are you talking about, you freak? I didn't know that those lesser caches could even drop mounts. Can they? Unless he's talking about the dragons. I don't know. Well, either way, there you have it, folks. We ended up actually soloing Ultra Dot. And that's not just the boss. The more impressive thing is that we soloed the enemies up to Dot. Because that's actually more difficult than the boss itself. Ooh! Hello, beautiful. How did you get that? Show me the VFX. I want to see the VFX of that. Oh, there's the Pirate Captain one. That's actually a really cool costume. I like that. Oh, and that's the mount too. Okay. Cool. Did he get it from... He said lesser caches, not graders. Ooh. Ooh. I like that. That's really cool. Thanks, Tombs, for showing it off, dude. I don't know how he got this stuff, like, seriously. I want that stuff now, and the Vanguard costume actually looks really cool. I like that way better than the default costume. Granted, the costume that I actually want is going to end up being the fire red one or whatever. Ooh, he's got the new Neon Ninja costume. Oh, I was waiting to see that one because that one looks so tight. That's, like, probably my favorite Neon Ninja costume. Like, seriously, dude. If he would stand still for 2 seconds, you can see, like, look at that. Isn't that tight? Doesn't that make the Neon Ninja look so cool? Like, seriously, dude. Really, really like it. Ooh, he's got the Gonda type of neon thing, too. How did you get those? Tombs, you freak. How did you get them? You say you got from the lesser caches? I don't believe it. I think he actually got them just from the greater caches. Because that's pretty crazy, dude. Looks really good, though. Like, all of that stuff does look like endgame items, which is great because of the fact that it's going to cost, like, a lot to get these items. Seriously. Excuse you, Jub. Well, anyways. That's really cool stuff. I like it. Look at that. If he would stand still. Oh, there we got the Griffin too. You guys, how? Give them to me. And Preston, get out of the world, you freak, if you're gonna be spamming boxes. That's so cool, man. I love that Neon Ninja costume, like, seriously. Yeah, these guys must have gotten the greater caches before they ended up, like, there was a bug where you could actually buy these greater caches when the PTS first opened up. And now it's not there anymore. Like, you can't actually buy any of these. Can you punch, Tombs, if you're watching the stream, can you punch with the costume? I want to see if it's got new VFX. Do you have any idea why I can't export my account to PTS? Did you do it and then just wait? Because you gotta wait, like, a long time for it to actually carry over. Can you buy the Vanguard packs on test server? Nope. Nope, you can't. I have 2 of the new allies. Do you want it? Sure, Apex. That'd be cool. I want to check them out. I mean, it's just a test server, so that's why I don't think he cares. But that'd be really cool, because then I could do, like, a little bit of a video on it. Shadow Gonda? No, that's not Yabaki. Yabaki's not actually in the game. It's in the game's collection menu, but devs never gave us it. Us, not me, but... Ooh, Magic Find and more power rank. You get more power rank for these guys? Interesting. Thanks, Apex. You're a baller, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, so that means he did get these out of the greater caches because they're tradable, right? Ooh, Falcon actually has the, that's so cool. He's got the costume that I want. And he's got the squeakers. Man, you guys. Oh, I love the video effects on that. Look at that nice red for his number 1. Doesn't that look so sick? Love the video effects on that costume, dude. Like, it's a proper skeleton costume, too. That's why I'm so into it. That's really cool. Oh, don't worry, Rep. I have that dragon, too. That's so cool. All right, let's try this out. Cami of Turning Tides. Let's see. Bloop. That's going to be a cute little turtle. Bah, deserve death. I know you do, you weird little freak. Oh, I love that little, the unicorn ally. That looks so good. That's so cool. Man, we actually get to see some of this stuff firsthand here. That's awesome. Let me actually swap over the Dino Tamer so I can see this Cami of Flourishing Fields. Okay, that's kind of weird. Both of them are called Cami. I don't really understand that. There you go. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. That's so adorable. Like, I want to eat him. Scythe, you get this new mount and costumes and allies from the greater neon caches in the store. Yep, I know. I know. But you can't buy them. Yeah, I know you can't buy the greater neon caches. I know. Yeah, Toombs actually did confirm and say, yeah, he meant the greater caches, not the lesser ones. One thing, if you guys are watching the stream, one thing I want to know is when you end up actually unboxing any of the items out of the greater dragon caches, does it operate the same as like a costume mystery box? Or is it just you get the costume that's just going to be outright tradable? Or I would love it, except I don't think that the devs would end up doing something like that. Do you end up getting something similar to a dragon effigy where it just outright is like, oh, it's going to give you any of the costumes you don't have? The only reason I'm suspect to that is because there was a patch note talking about how, like, this new weird box is going to unlock a costume guaranteed now. And it was like, I don't know. Really weird. But I love that costume that Falcon's got. Like, that one's so cool. And I like the look that he's got, too. Like, that's what I was thinking about the costume as well, is where I would end up using the Phoenix helmet and the Phoenix gauntlets. Kind of make it all fire-themed. Really, really neat. I have the 9 allies. Oh, cool. He's actually got them all. How many caches did it take, if you mind my asking, too? Because that's what I want to know. Like, when it comes to the live server, I mentioned this before, guys, but I'm probably going to end up buying 500 to 1,000 greater neon caches, because I think it would be an interesting video, and then we could actually see, are they worth it? And, yeah. Then we could know, like, is it something that you want to end up spending your money on, right? And that's why I'm kind of curious how the drops work. Which, if these guys don't answer, I can end up just doing it on the live server anyways. Did you know the new dragons work on the mag rails? Yep, I do. PTS is down tomorrow. I know it is. It's sad. Okay, can Draco solo Ultra Tower? Yep, he can. All the way through, and he's actually going to do a much better job than we did with this guy. Just because. Alright, anyways, you guys keep hanging out. You got really cool stuff. I'm going to hop on over into U9 for a little bit here. We're going to kind of hang out and try this guy out in U9 just so I can show you all, I guess, a little bit of his speed. He's not really the fastest. There's U10, by the way, right in the center there. So hype. What do you need to craft the class? You need a lot. That video is going to be going up tomorrow. Don't worry. But you need a lot. Like, it's pretty crazy. Okay, so what I need to do now is what we can end up doing. There's a couple different ways that you can actually build this character for movement. But we're going to end up doing the Stratus method, where you use Unyielding, Conjurer's Crucible Vial, where it ends up increasing vials when you trigger Magic Find. And then we're going to use Trailblazing as our other emblem. All right? Because what that's going to end up doing for us, I need to get my bombs here, is we're going to be able to trigger our flash that much more often because of the fact that we actually have, like, proper defense with the Unyielding instead of relying on Death Defying. And the reason that we're going to be going this route instead is because now we can actually cast a pot, get in here and just completely annihilate the boss, open the chest, and get 2 magic fine, which means we just refilled our flasks. I'm going to be calling this the Vanguard Star speed build, because similar to the Neon Ninja Rage speed build, I ended up calling it the Rage speed build because of my friend Rage Kill ended up kind of telling me about the speed build. I never really, like, back in the day we had boat hopping, so we didn't need that speed build. That's why that tutorial took so long before it ended up coming out. But with the Vanguard, it's going to be a very similar thing, where I already kind of know how you build a speed character, obviously. But the whole thing is that I didn't think about actually using this combination of Flask and Emblem, just because of the fact that I always just use Death Defying, right? Oh, and then the other guy just responded and said you just get the costume directly. It's not going to be a mystery box, and it's not going to end up acting like a dragon effigy. So thanks for confirming that one. So that means that if you're going to go for the Greater Neon caches, you can potentially just get the same costume over and over again, but at the least it's going to be tradable, so you could trade it with another player, or just sell it on the market to get your flux up, and then buy one of the other costumes if hopefully somebody else is going to end up actually having it. So you're going to see right here, this guy I think has the Neon Ninja Rage speed build. So obviously he's going to end up being faster than me. I should actually be using Gonda as well, because I need to have that extra jumping up in the air so that we can actually get to these dungeons, right? The gold Greater Neon caches works like a gold Chaos chest, obviously. Yeah, I figured that one. Thanks for that, though, Tombs. So if you didn't know, folks, if you end up actually getting the 33 pack, whoopsie daisy, we almost died there. I'm so used to Death Defying that I'm like out of habit of trying to survive, you know? Like I never actually use a flask manually unless I'm like just trying to go for the damage. But you can see how fast this guy can end up being, guys. Really, really cool. Why aren't you using his Flying Sonic Boom ability? You just keep using bombs because it's way faster than waiting for that ability. Like, that ability's very good if you don't have bombs. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, if you have bombs, there's obviously no reason to use it whatsoever. Now, there is an altercation to this build that you can end up doing. I'll show you this in a minute here, guys. It's a little bit easier, I guess I would say. I gotta get out of here, though, so I can end up surviving. But what you can do is you can actually use Death Defying, and then instead of using Unyielding, you can swap back over to Chronomatic for your emblem. Because what that's going to do, especially right now with how broken the class is, like normally this wouldn't be much of a problem. But the reason you want to actually do that, blam, is because you're going to be able to have your cooldowns reduced, like when you're leaving the dungeon. But right now the classroom ability is broken, where your third hit or your other hit with your ranged attack is not going to end up it's not going to end up actually reducing the cooldown of your number 1 for some weird reason. So like right here, for example, I should have just used a potion before we ended up coming into here. The other thing too that I completely forgot to mention is you actually reduce the cooldown of your attacks now on your what is it? On your 4th attack in ranged mode rather than your 5th. Your 5th attack is still going to be what does AoE damage, but it is going to end up causing that nice like cooldown reduction on your 4th attack. So he's even that much more viable with his class gem ability. Whoops. I gotta trigger. Oh, I was gonna say I gotta trigger those chests, but no, that's right. I swapped back over to Death Defying, which this is the method that I'll be using when I farm with this guy. But obviously you can use like the other method that I mentioned, like the Stratus build. That's going to end up being probably faster, honestly, just because the way this game works. Okay, we're already out of here. I didn't even notice that we killed all the bosses. Do we have a dungeon? Where's a dungeon? Another thing too that potentially could end up being really good for this guy actually is the Fae subclass ability, because it'll give you increased wing speed. So if you have a 25 kpr Fae Trickster, I would be very interested to see what that would work like for this build, because I think that would end up really completing the speed build. Because then in the odd chance that you gotta like fly away, you would be able to use that to your advantage to actually like increase your travel time, like the speed. Is this class on Xbox yet? Nope, coming out in March for everybody. Bloop. But I like using Gonda for farming just because it gives me that extra jump that I need. Because I don't really have like jump gear or anything. I just have a lot of passive jump just because of the fact that I'm, you know, with so much mastery here. When does U10 come out? That's supposed to be with the summer 2018 update. So we'll see when that ends up actually showing up, guys. But they've hinted at it, and it's supposed to be the next update after the one that we're getting in March. So maybe September? I don't know. We'll just have to see. Fortnite added new stuff today. Did it add 50v50 finally to the game permanently? Because then I'm down for it. Otherwise, I don't really care. How'd you get him level 30 so quick? Because I'm a freak and I grinded him non-stop like for 24 hours the first day. Also, we got lucky, and that was also when the XP day was around, right? Woohoo! You go ahead and go up to the top. I'm going to travel down here like a freak. Whoa, dab! Where is... the leg! My legs! It's so dark in here, too. I can't tell. It's going to be brighter for you guys because I brightened things up in the stream settings, but... look at this. We actually got up here before he was able to complete it. That's how weak he is. Just kidding. But I love this character, dude. Like, he's so fun. Such a fun character for farming. Absolutely love it. Like, I can't wait for this guy to come onto the live server. That's why, like, I haven't really been putting that much time into playing on the test server recently. Just because, dodge at the last second and you don't take fall damage. Just because of the fact that I'm like so overly hyped for him to be coming out onto the live server that I have kind of stayed away from just playing him because it's like making me feel like, no, I want it, you know? How can I get 5,000 power rank on Trove fast? Focus on power rank. Just focus on power rank on your gems. Don't bother going for stats. Okay. Just destroyed the arena. Whatever. That's cool. And then another Vanguard came in and destroyed it even more. But we don't have Knockback anymore, so he's so good. Like, seriously. No one said that the new costumes for the Vanguard changed his video effects, though, for shooting projectiles. It definitely will. Most definitely. They just didn't end up going to range mode because nobody plays in range mode on this guy unless you're in Shadow Towers just trying to survive, right? I will survive. Where are you, ugly? Die! So powerful. Love it. Vanguardian costs 3,000 credits itself. You're going to end up getting the pack here for 3,000 credits, a costume, and a bunch of resources and other items as well. So you're getting a pretty good value. Is the knockback still on? No, it's been completely removed, Monkey. That's what this stream is all about. Just the fact that his knockback has been completely removed. So he is 100% viable now. Outside of the fact that he's really, really broken, just because they messed up his class gem right now. But when it goes to the live server, I'm fully expecting it's going to be worked out. But the class gem ability doesn't work. It doesn't reduce the cooldown of your number 1. And you can spam your right click, which I think is intentional, but can end up locking your animations out, unfortunately. Are people only here for the giveaway? What giveaway? I'm not giving anything away. What's his class gem? So the class gem ability for the Vanguard is supposed to make it so that your third attack in melee mode, your uppercut, is going to reduce the cooldowns of your number 1 and your ultimate. And then in ranged mode, they actually changed it where normally it was reducing your cooldown in your 5th attack. Now it's actually reducing the cooldown on your 4th. But it's actually glitched right now since the recent fix where you're not actually reducing your number 1. You're just going to be reducing the cooldown in your ultimate ability, and that's that. I wish that they would fix the map so I can see where I'm aiming. Seriously. Man alive. If you're pay to win, how much would everything cost for all of the things that are useful? I mean, technically speaking, everything's just mounts in this game. But the fact that this game is focused on mastery and power rank means that's why it's pay to win. But I don't know, dude. Honestly, this game expects an extreme cash shop display before you can end up actually being like proper end game. That said, you can get end game in like less than a month if you're just not only grinding but also just buying stuff. Like, I've seen lots of people that are pay to win and they get like end game within 2 weeks, and then of course they're already bored with the game because they progress too quickly. Can you recruit me to your clan on PTS? I am not really, like, it doesn't matter. We're on the test server, so who cares? Thanks, Lava Enderman 95. He just donated €1, which is pretty much like $10 here in Canada. So really appreciate it, buddy. Now I can actually go get some coffee today, guilt-free. But isn't this character, like, so fun? Like, I don't know if you guys have gotten to play with him, but he's really, really good. And I love the fact that he's been ironed out now with the knockback and stuff. It's really, really good. I technically could go into Shadow Towers a little bit more. I guess I could show you guys some of the earlier Shadow Towers. Let's try this out. What do you guys think we should go into? Hydra, maybe? Because that one's a pretty good example of, like, strength. Or, oh, let's do Pin. Because I know that's something that lots of people are going to be curious about. And you can actually solo Pinata, like the boss itself, outright, which Gunslinger couldn't do that. Granted, I'm using Unyielding. Obviously, he's going to end up being able to solo it. Whoops, I'm using all the wrong emblems and stuff right now, so I might end up dying. I gotta get my, where's my Marshal? And then I need Unyielding. That's going to end up canceling out my flash, so let me just hide behind this wall here like an idiot. Shh, don't let the enemy know. Die, stupid! You think that you're powerful enough to face me? You're not. There we go. That's much better damage. That's what I'm talking about. For an Xbox player, what do you recommend for farming? You mean like just for speed or like what? Honestly, I would recommend the Vanguard because the Neo Ninja Rage build is not only like difficult on PC, like because you gotta be essentially going through dungeons backwards in order to keep your speed up. But I would recommend the Vanguard because he's actually second to the Neon Ninja and you don't gotta pedal backwards. He's gonna end up being very, very viable and very easy to actually use. Whoopsie daisy, I gotta get my ranged on. Give me that survivability. No, the turrets! They're gonna destroy my face. Number 1. Gib! No! If I didn't end up using my pots in the first rounds, we would have had it. Let me use my number 1 here and just pull them all in. There we go. Look at that. Oh, that's so good. Love it. Love, love, love this character. Now that he doesn't have the knockback, he's so viable. He's so good. Change to Shadow Hunter and see if every costume changes the shooting projectile. No, it doesn't. Your class gem ability actually never changes video effects for the Shadow Hunter, which is odd considering that the Shadow Hunter class gem ability is mandatory to actually even use the Shadow Hunter as a viable character, because otherwise he's absolutely broken. It's actually ridiculous how bad he is, right? Is PTS only on PC? Yup. That's the only way to play the test server, unfortunately, console players. But most of all, that's got to do with the way that Trove works on console. Like, they can't actually update the console version of Trove without it costing them a lot of money. I've heard that they can only update it like once per month, and then as far as licensing is concerned, they'll run into a lot of issues as they end up adding more and more hotfixes. So because of that, thankfully they've been trying a little bit harder to actually work on getting things ironed out before it ends up going to the live server on console. They actually nerfed Boomer's class gem. Well, technically, yeah, they did, Joe, since the original. Like, Boomer was actually extremely viable, and then they ended up nerfing his class gem, which is ridiculous because now in the long run they're just gonna have to buff it again. Where his chicken minions actually did insane amounts of damage, made him very, very useful for end game farming and stuff outside of his knockback with his urn. But it was a great class. Like, he was actually really powerful. They just kept nerfing him because players kept saying he's too powerful, not realizing like, no, he's not too powerful. It's just that nobody else is strong with any of the other characters yet. Same thing ended up happening with the Shadow Hunter, actually. When Mantle of Power came out, I just kept on advocating and kept on talking about in my videos, trying to push the Shadow Hunter, trying to say he doesn't need a nerf, because everybody just kept constantly whining and complaining, saying Shadow Hunter needs a nerf, he needs a nerf, he needs a nerf, he's too powerful. And they kept on nerfing him and nerfing him and nerfing him, despite the fact that I already was saying, like, no, you don't know that. He's already really good right now. He can keep up with all the other endgame players. But unfortunately, they nerfed him a little bit too far. And that's where, even though Shadow Hunter's great, don't get me wrong, he doesn't keep up with the other characters. It's very disheartening when they ended up doing that, because he was really, really good when Mantle of Power first came out on the test server, and then they nerfed him way too far, and then it was like everybody just kept whining about how powerful he was, and it's like, dude, you guys haven't even tried out the other characters. You know, granted, Shadow Hunter was the most popular class in the game because I was maining him and actually doing like YouTube videos talking about how awesome he was with his classroom ability and stuff. And that was also like the big days of Trove, where lots more people were tuning into the videos and stuff. And then when I ended up going for the Neon Ninja, lots more people ended up kind of swapping to him. But Shadow Hunter, I would say, is still one of the more popular classes. I think because I ended up using him for such a long time. Vanguard, though, I don't know. Like, is he going to end up being as popular? Technically, no, because there's not nearly as many people playing Trove as there was back in the day. But I think as far as what's going on right now with the current player base, Vanguard's going to be real popular. Granted, he's going to be really difficult for most people to get. That's a big thing, right? Will the shooting ability change in the future so it's stronger? I hope so, dude. Like, one thing that the devs don't seem to realize is with the ranged mode on this character, it's not really viable. Like, it gives you the survivability, yeah, but the amount of damage that you actually do with the ranged attacks, it's not good. Like, I think you're doing maybe 50 to 40% of the damage that you do with your melee mode. Honestly speaking, I could see them upping it to being like you should end up doing either 100% in ranged mode, because of the fact that you're going to be single target, just because the AoE on the range mode doesn't work very well for the Vanguard, or make it 75%. Maybe 80% of your melee damage would go into your range mode, and then I would actually see it being viable, where you could actually like farm with it and stuff. It's only really useful in Shadow Towers, though, because the movement speed that you get from your number 1 obviously is going to make you more viable for farming in U9, but in U9, you can actually use your ranged mode very, very well. Like, you can usually, like, get close to one-shotting a U9 boss with your right-click. Like, your big berserk explosion thing, right? Your Kamehameha. That said, you know, melee mode obviously is going to end up being a lot better. What are you gonna do with the money I donated? Also, can you add me to what money, Lava? What do you... Oh, yeah. The €1 that you talked about. Or did before. I don't know. Overall, it's gonna end up helping me. You know, super chats are not recommended, but they are appreciated, because obviously I'm going to end up spending a lot of money when this update comes out, so that I can end up getting videos out to you guys, not to mention furthering my own personal agenda. That moment when you pull a 4-star Stellar 6 pearls. Oh my gosh, that's insane, Wheezing. I don't know if I've ever gotten one like that. There's someone in PS4 that got all classes to 25k for the badges. Yeah, he's pay to win, 100%. More pay to win than me. Even I won't spend that amount of money, because you got to spend, I calculated it before, you got to spend an average of $800 to $1,000 per class to actually have their gems fully augmented and maxed out, which is required to get 25k PR. So, yeah. But either way, this is going to be our last fight for the stream today, everybody. And then otherwise, I got to get to editing and stuff. But this is going to end up being Ultra Pinata God. I want to point out that as the Gunslinger, you don't end up surviving this. Like, I can't beat Ultra Pinata with my Gunslinger. Most of all because I'm not using the Unyielding emblem, obviously. But what I want to try and do here today is I'm going to get this guy to 1 hit. And then hopefully I'm going to be able to respawn in time that I can end up swapping to the Draco, because I want to show you guys how the Draco ends up working as well. That said, if I end up actually beating this boss with the Vanguard, we'll skip over the Draco footage, right? But either way, this is just showing you right here that this character is completely viable for earlier bosses, for sure. Not to say that he's not viable for Dot and stuff like that, but the fact is that you're going to end up doing a lot more damage with the other characters. My gunslinger is 23k and I can solo Pinata, then obviously you're not a DPS build. That's the reason I can't survive it. Because I have all of my damage up and I have no health, so I can't tank enough to actually beat this guy. Granted, again, like I said, I don't use Unyielding on my gunslinger. I use the Arcane and Chronomancer emblems. So that's why I don't really have that survivability that I would normally have if I ended up actually using Unyielding, right? But either way, like you can see right here, we're actually doing pretty good. Honestly speaking, we might not get through this because for some weird reason, he's draining my flask like a crazy person. I honestly don't know why I'm draining so many. Like, really? What's going on here? Okay. I was able to solo this yesterday. Like, what is the deal? Are we just not doing enough damage? No, we're doing like roughly 3 mil and stuff. That's not too bad. We're not going to be able to survive this, though. That's weird. Is it because maybe I drank too many flasks? Let's try that again. You can do this. I don't know why that didn't work. Like, really. Can you guys despawn, please? Stop being rude. Stop being rude, I said. There we go. Unyielding. Yeah, and I'm using the Knight subclass, so I get that extra flask capacity. Weird. I don't know. But yeah, when I talk about my gunslinger not being able to solo it, I'm talking about pin because I have like 250k health. That's what you're supposed to have for the gunslinger. If you're full damage, you don't have any health and you have around 250k. Because yeah, like you guys are talking about how you have like 300k and up for your health. That's exactly why. Like I'm more damaged, so I clear faster than you guys outside of the fact that I can't survive pin all the way to the end soloing it. If I have like one other person there to tank the damage of the minions, then I can do it fine. But let's try this out now without actually like spamming all my pots. Hopefully. I gotta try and dodge his attacks too. I think that's what's actually going on because he's draining too many of my flasks here. Get out of here, you guys. Like, seriously. I should be dodging more too. Hee. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm not surviving as much as I did the other day. Like, it's weird. Huh. Well, anyways, let's swap to ranged mode, see if this ends up doing a little bit better for us. But I swear you can't actually do this. It's weird. I don't know. I only have health on 1 gem and have 500k. Yeah, that's why. Again, like I said, you guys have health on your gems. I don't have any health on my gems on my gunslinger because I'm all damage. Granted, I could probably at this point, because I have over 100% crit hit, I could technically swap one of my stats on my gunslinger. But I don't really need to because I'm going to swap all my magic gems over to the Draco anyways. I don't know what's going on, by the way. Like, I really don't know why I'm not doing as much damage. Oh, that's why. Ah, because my class gem ability is not working with my number 1. Because normally you get to spam that. And that just gives you extra damage and stuff. And especially now, you would normally have the 25% damage reduction. That's what's happening. Yeah, okay. Huh. All right, well, anyways, let's swap over to the Draco then. Just because he actually, like, works. Can I respawn? Can you please kill me? Please? Thank you. But, yeah. Will he be viable for Shadow Towers in ranged form? Yep. I don't know why I didn't get all my blast back. Oh, because the subclass ability unequipped because I swapped classes. Ew. Well, we should be able to do this just fine. But yeah, normally I would be able to do that. Normally I'd be able to do it. Like, the Vanguard can actually get through this boss. No problem soloing it. What? Joe's saying how this is the beta. They only removed the beta tag when I don't know what Joe's saying. It's confusing me. And then otherwise, obviously, we have purple tryhards that are trying to tell me, oh, you're so weak for not being able to solo ultra, like, pin. And it's like, yeah, who cares? I'm not full DPS with more than 100% crit hit. Yeah, get out of here, purples. It doesn't matter. Like, the fact is, it really doesn't matter. Boo-hoo, I can't solo him on my gunslinger. I can solo him on my Draco just fine. Because he's got more survivability. But yeah, like I said too, what I could end up doing is swapping my crit hit over, because I am over 100% crit hit on my gunslinger. Yeah, we're not going to survive because I didn't have my extra flash from the knight subclass ability. But either way, you get to see that it does work. Most of all, I just wanted to show you guys that it's possible. I don't really care about actually completing it, because otherwise I have to take care of Jubbers. She needs some craziness. She wants to go out. Right, Jubbies? Say hello to the camera. I know you're like really tired. She just keeps snoring up a storm. Anyways, though, thanks for coming out, everybody. Like, really appreciate you tuning into the stream. Most of all, I just wanted to show you the big changes that we had to the character. This is probably going to end up being my last stream of the test server, because it's going to end up closing on Friday. So, yep. What does the purple name actually do? All it means is you were top 100 for completing Daughter of the Moon for speedrun time, which pretty much is a full group of like maxed out gunslingers and one candy barb to use his ult to give the attack speed. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, it's just bragging rights. Like there's nothing to it. There's no skill involved. That's why I make fun of it all the time. That said, I'm not trying to make fun of the actual like the people that actually like figure out all the speed running and all the end game stuff and stuff like that. I've got nothing against them. It's just the people that are kind of posh about it. That's where I have a problem with it. I love this guy's costume, dude. Oh, that's a nice costume combination with that helmet from the aimbot Shadowhunter costume. So cool. Yeah, that might be what I'll do. They also ended up ironing out the animation of this character too, which is one of the big reasons why you attack so well. But anyways, this is probably going to end up being the last stream, like I said, of this character. Can you show the level 30 costume on Chloromancer? Yeah, here you go, bud. I mean, I have that level 30 costume video come out over the next following days. But we are going to call the stream for today. So thank you so much for watching. Very much appreciated, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. That's what's going to build up loyalty months. My merch store links are in the description for that. And for the fans that want to go the extra mile, you can donate to me for absolutely free with Knockback. Links are in the description about that as well. And if you're wondering how you get onto the test server on PC, links are in the description to that as well. So you can end up playing this for the last day, and then it's gone, and then we're going to be able to see this character come out on the live server in March. So very, very hyped about it. Very, very hyped about it. In either case, have a fantastic day, everybody. Sayonara, and stay epic. I gotta wait for the stream to catch up to itself. Also, I like how this tryhard purple is saying, I have a problem with you telling people soloing pin on Gunslinger is impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just said I can't do it. Maybe if you actually got the ego out of your ears and listened to me for 2 seconds, you'd actually be able to tell. I'm joking, by the way. I don't care. Thanks for watching, everybody.